Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I'm your host, the Ranting Monkey, and I hope you're having a great day. I don't know what fucking day it is, guys. No idea what day it is. Tuesday? Let's call it a Tuesday. Reacher says, "Yay, I was bored out of my mind. I'm happy to be your distraction. Hopefully, you're not bored still, because that would suck. I'd feel bad about myself. I'm not going to change anything, but I'd feel bad about myself. I have a question for you guys. Have you had a problem with your YouTube chat showing up? When I load up a YouTube page, the chat on the side takes like 5 minutes to load up. I would have actually been here a lot sooner, but I pulled the chat out from the actual YouTube page where you would watch this. I just pop it out, but it wouldn't pop up. And I had that same problem on Lords of the Night. It took forever for it to pop up. So it's annoying. It's really annoying. And I don't know what it is. I use Chrome, so they probably broke something with Chrome again because, YouTube and Google and Chrome, all of them are one company and they don't work well together. Anyhow, my chat is okay. It's usually when I first get to a page, and maybe it only happens for streamers. That could be, but I mean, it's not like they should know that I'm streaming because, I don't know. Does it happen when you listen to shows? Yeah, it happens. It's been happening to me for everything. It just isn't loading up very well. Anyhow, no big deal. Just keep an eye out for it because yeah, it's a pain in the ass, and I'm not really enjoying it right now. It's annoying me, and I was told I was roboting a little bit. Sorry, guys, if that's happening. I have no idea how to fix it at this moment because well, I'm not doing anything else. And everybody else is asleep, so there's nothing pulling on my internet. What a day, guys. I woke up today around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which wasn't too bad. I went to bed at 5-ish, 5:36. I don't remember what time I went to sleep. Whatever time it was when I got off the show and kissed my wife and went to bed. I woke up to just stupid everywhere, the same as I always do. It's my own fault. There's just nothing smart on Twitter. That's the problem. But where else do you go? I mean, I could go watch stupid shit on YouTube or on news sites or anywhere else. There's just stupid out in the world. There's just stupid out in the world and way too much of it. Why is 35 million trending right now? Sorry, guys, I didn't see this. Oh. Without jeopardizing the safety of folks we bailed out, we paid well over $200K in the weeks since the uprising alone. We are working on doing more. And then apparently over 35 million was donated, and people are like, excuse me, where's the money? You mean you guys just blindly donated and because you were told it was to a black cause and for Black Lives Matter, and all of that money's disappeared? I'm shocked. I'm really shocked. I'm sure they're spending that money wisely, guys. I really am. I'm sure. Never give your money to a random organization, people. Do your research. Don't just go, oh my goodness, that's an AIDS cause. We'll give it to them, because it's probably somebody who just named it AIDS. Do you know how many? Every time, you can mark my words, every time there's a disaster or a large event like this, any kind of thing where you can raise money, there will be somebody out there to cheat you. It happens every fucking time. Have a good night, New Fate. Hope you sleep well, bud. So yeah, be careful when you're donating to things, especially like with Black Lives Matter, because Black Lives Matter is not a unified organization. It's not like donating to the NAACP. If you're gonna do something like this, donate to the NAACP. They actually are an organization that you can give your money to, and they have to file and pay attention because they don't want to get in legal trouble. They're good people. Whether you agree with their, actions or not. They're decent people when it comes to we're gonna, donate. Don't donate to Joe Blow's BLM crusade because that's fucking stupid and they're gonna take your money, as seems to be the case here. Fucking morons. Shake Shack. We need to talk about Shake Shack because oh boy, in New York. Now, this is just what's being reported. I don't know if they actually verified it through chemical testing or whatever. But 3 cops in New York ordered Shake Shack for their dinner, and there was bleach or something that smelled like bleach in their drinks. That seem like a good thing to anybody? Seem like maybe we need to calm our shit because you're going to get people killed? Oh, it's okay to kill them. They're cops. No, it's not. No, it's not. Shake Shack tweeted a response. I hadn't seen that. Did they? Let me see. What is Shake Shack's thing? Is it Shake Shack? Shake Shack. There they are. What did they tweet out? We are horrified by reports of police officers injured at our 200 Broadway Shack in Manhattan. We are working with police in their investigation right now. Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing, guys. When you're in a service area like this, unless you're working somewhere where there's thousands of staff, they're going to figure out who did it pretty quickly. It's going to be pretty easy to narrow down what dumbass did it. And then you're going to prison. Fucking with somebody's food. You guys know how I feel about fucking with people's food. You're going to prison. You tried to kill cops. You think that's funny? Reported that cops had to have their stomachs pumped. Last I saw, where's this reported at? Because Prospero said they were hospitalized. The report that I saw said that there were no real injuries to the police. So I'm curious where that's coming from. But yeah, Shake Shack, yeah, it served them up some poison. Nothing wrong with that, right? But don't worry, guys. They're for criminal justice reform. This is what they put out on the 10th. Last week, we shared immediate actions we're taking to become better allies, not only for our Black colleagues, but for the entire Black community. That included a $100,000 donation to Eli-org. I don't know what or EGI-org. We stand behind the important work the Equal Justice Initiative does every day. Oh, isn't that sweet? To help the Black Lives Matter movement, they're donating a bunch of money and poisoning cops. Okay, you can't say that the corporation did it. They probably didn't send down a notice to poison cops, but they need to find out who did it and report it immediately. Immediately, tell the police it was this asshole, so they can get thrown in jail. And now, how about $100,000 to the police? I know there's a fund for when police are shot. What's that called? Why not $100,000 donation to that there in New York? That would be a nice thing. You think they'll do something like that? You think they're going to come out and actually support the police in any way? Other than we are so, oh my goodness, we are so upset that this happened in our store because now we have to pretend that we give a shit. Ex-Bubba Hotep, thank you. How long till Shake Shack gets burned down for being narcs? You know, that's a good question. That is a good question. I mean, they have to participate in the investigation. They can't hide whoever did it. We're talking about poisoning somebody. Yeah. Oh man. They're out there poisoning cops now, guys. These fucking people who take this. Hi, Jack.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm annoyed.
What's you annoyed about?
The Shake Shack thing.
Oh yeah. Well, is that particularly unexpected at this point?
To be honest, I'm shocked we haven't seen more of it. We saw a lot more of that kind of stupidness, whether it was telling cops they can't come there, or people fucking with their food back during the original Black Lives Matter bullshit.
Yeah.
But they've got people this worked up to where they're trying to kill cops.
Oh yeah, not just cops. Did you see somebody delivered pizzas with broken glass to the National Guard?
I saw that. I hadn't seen if that had been confirmed. I'd seen the tweet or something about it. What, yesterday?
Something like that.
Yeah. These people that fuck around and end up in prison and be like, "Oh, police officer, please help me. I'm being butt raped by this guy here who doesn't understand how much I like Black lives."
Oh, you're gonna like him, all right.
Good luck with that in prison. We're not talking about a slap on the hand and a little jail here, Jack.
No, this is serious shit.
It's amazing to me that this is what's going on, and that the narrative is just about how horrible police are. Police do a great job most of the time. I'm going to say a great job. We were talking tonight, and Satsu said that he'd be for fundamental changes for the police, and I that's fine. Other people have said it, and I keep hearing this. We need fundamental change with the police. I'm like, okay, for what fundamental problem?
People not getting their way.
If I remember the statistics correctly, less than 100 unarmed people are killed a year. I want to say it's less than 50.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
The total number of people killed by police in a year is less than, or at least for the last year I saw, was less than 2,000. With the number of times police interact with people, that seems really low, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, most of the time the press is picking out selective incidences to report on. You don't hear about all the times some cop saved somebody from a burning car or something like that. You don't hear about that. They typically report the negative stuff.
It's so mundane when they do their job and do it well that it's not news. It's only news when somebody does something bad. I say again, the whole thing with David Chauvin, is that his name? Whatever, Chauvin. I don't care to learn his first name. Like Officer Chauvin. He didn't think it was okay to kneel on a man's neck for 9 minutes. He wasn't taught that in any police academy. This isn't something that they do all the time or that have killed many more people. This was a one-off. And that's not to say he wasn't a bad cop or that, you know what, if they want to say we need to go in and maybe look at bad cops more, okay, there's a fundamental change you can make. Yeah. If you're talking about just normal people or normal cops doing their daily job, for the most part, they're good people and they do a good job. And you got them out. You got people trying to poison them.
Yeah, it's getting a little ridiculous. Look, filter out the bad apples and handle those people. Don't blame an entire swath of people for what a handful of others do. That would be very similar to saying all black people are like this one criminal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sort of the comparison that you can make because that's how they're acting.
Frank, thank you. Every year I looked at was about 1,000 total, 27% black, 52% white, 19% Hispanic, 1% other. There you go. I'm assuming that's for killings.
I'm guessing that other is like Inuits or something. Like some Eskimo going on a rampage.
It's getting a little overboard with we need to fundamentally change the police. Well, what? Well, we can't look at the numbers. And I'm tired of hearing that one right now too, Jack. We can't look at the numbers and go by that.
That would be exactly what we need to do.
That'd be fucking insane, right?
Yeah, look, there's plenty of reforms that can be done with the police departments. Better training, Stuff like that. Maybe better budgeting too. But to say we need to fundamentally change the police, I don't think that's necessarily true. Our cops are way nicer than other countries. You pull some of this shit in, like, I don't know, Cambodia, their cops are the military. They'll just kill you.
Right.
They'll be like, oh, you're rioting? Bang, you're dead. Now you won't riot anymore.
If you want to talk about fundamentally changing the justice system after police have been accused of something improper or flat out illegal, all right, that's fine.
Yeah, of course.
But as for them just doing their job, changing the way they interact with people, watch. Most of the time, they're perfectly fine. And in fact, most of the time, they put up with a lot of shit that I wouldn't be able to put up with, Jack.
Yeah, same here.
I'd be tasing the shit out of motherfuckers.
I'd shoot people day one at 8 a.m. because I have no temperament for that sort of thing.
No.
But there's a lot of people that can do it, and that's fine. That show Life PD really did a good job of showing people how police interact because you were watching it live. It might be a 10-second delay or something, but you were watching them react to people in front of them, and most of the time they were very civil. It might be a little bit of a bit authoritarian at times, but you kind of have to have that in that job, and it does tend to bleed over into other interactions, but that doesn't mean that they're not being professional. Somebody could be an asshole and still be a professional.
Thank you, ex-Bubba Hotep, who says, if they keep up with this bullshit narrative, then all you will have is bad cops because all the good cops will quit because they have no support.
Absolutely, and we're already starting to see that.
And Frank, thank you. I just debated my sis and her friends on Facebook. Blacks 27% being less than 37% violent crime rate didn't matter because systematic stuff. Look, you're never going to win that argument with them.
No, because systematic is a generic term that means nothing.
Yep.
If they can't define the policies, the procedures, or anything like that that needs change, that is saying, hey, go target these people, then it's probably not there. It's like you could point to Jim Crow and be like, yeah, right there, that law. These laws right here, redlining, yeah. But you can't do that now. And that they say, oh, they're sneakier about it. Like what? That's like the Jewish conspiracy. That's that kind of far out there nebulous bullshit.
Oh, I never looked. How many cops are Jews? Maybe that's it.
Oh, man. I'm sure there's some Illuminati and then reptilians.
Somebody get Nick Fuentes on that. How many Jews are cops? I'm going to get myself in trouble there, Jack. All right, let's stop.
Did you see the video of that Roz guy handing out guns?
Yeah, I did.
I'm surprised that didn't get taken down because a couple of Andy Knows tweets have mysteriously disappeared.
I did see that one of his that you had replied to. I'm guessing he had screwed something up and put it right back up. Just looking at the times of when you did it, because I saw you when I saw it, you had tweeted or answered him or retweeted him, whatever it was, 15 minutes ago, and I scrolled down, and he had redone one right about the same time. So check that out. Maybe he's redoing it.
There was one where an Antifa guy was pointing out who Andy was at the autonomous zone, and he was trying to start shit with him. But this black dude comes up and is like, look, man, this is not helpful, and starts chiding the guy. That one's not up anymore. That one got taken down. I don't know if Andy took it down or Twitter did, but I'd be willing to bet Twitter did.
Speaking of taken down, I want to get back to what's going on in the autonomous zones, but this reminds me of this. Do you know who Bryson Gray is?
That name sounds familiar.
He's a MAGA rapper on Twitter.
Sorry.
And the left doesn't like him because he's black and likes Donald Trump. And those two things aren't supposed to go together. But somebody, who's Caitlyn Bennett?
A little
Ramen
blonde.
Head. Yeah. She went on Bryson's show. And this one chick tweeted this out. Why hasn't anyone tried to kill Caitlin Bennett yet?
What?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. It gets better. You know, I'm going to put these on the screen so you can see them, that I am not making this up. I don't want to be accused of. There we go. I'm going to make it bigger so I can see. So you and me have to go away for a second. Yes. Why hasn't anyone tried to kill Caitlin Bennett yet? And then her little weeb friend here says, a tweet from her 11 hours ago, quote, "Hey guys, I'm not racist. I'm going on a podcast with a black guy. Tune in live for the Real Bryce and Grace podcast to hear us talk about all the things you hate to hear me say. Let's assassinate her ignorant ass ourselves." And then tweets at the original person who says, "I saw that. Like, I hate her. Let's do it." Yeah. Now, Miss Mel here, Mel Picani, whatever that fucking name is, her account no longer exists, Jack. Shocking.
Probably because of the shit like that.
But Zazlina up here, that account still does exist, or at least last I saw it did. And I must have got to it right as people started giving it shit, because it's all locked down now. But I did see right underneath the post that got locked down, somebody tagged the FBI. I was like, nice. Dude, you can go ahead and lock your account down, but it's too late.
Yeah, it's all if the FBI looks into it, they're gonna just be like, "Here's a warrant. Open that shit up. I want to see what they said."
Right.
Nothing's ever deleted on Twitter.
Dude, that is an actual death threat.
Yeah. And they made a plan.
This isn't, I hope she gets hit by a bus. It's, let's go kill her. That's illegal. You can't do that. And you're a shitty person for saying things like that. Now, speaking of shitty person, I want to get back to Raz because that story interests me, Jack, because I don't know enough about gun laws. I have to be honest. Can you just randomly hand out a bunch of guns to people?
Theoretically, depending on the state, you probably could in some southern states, but I don't think you can do that in Washington.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know the laws there. I did see somebody said that if it turns out that he gives one to a minor, that's a misdemeanor, but if he gives it to a second minor, it turns out to be a felony. So hopefully they're carding.
He didn't card the kid that he's like, "You 18?" The kid's like, "Yeah." Then he hands him a rifle. I was like, I don't think you should be doing that.
I don't think that's how it works, homie.
No instruction, nothing. That kid clearly had no idea what the fuck he was doing with that thing either. Surprised he didn't shoot himself, but the night is young. Watching that video was very unnerving, though. That guy's stupid.
Do you think the anti-gun people will be like, "Get in there and take that"? He's just handing out guns to people.
Probably not.
B Junkie says all transfers in Washington require an FFL. Well, the reason I ask is because could you like loan a gun to a friend?
Probably not. I wouldn't think so. Not in the Pacific Northwest. They're incredibly left.
Yeah. Depending on the state, in Virginia, you just fill out a form and both parties sign it. Well, like I said, is this that would be for transferring ownership, right? Do you have to do that for like loaning a gun to somebody?
In some places you do.
Oh, wow. Okay. Like I said, I don't know laws, so I know you can't just give them to people randomly and be like, "Here you go, have a gun."
Generally speaking, I think that would be a big no-no.
Like the only thing I could think is they claim they're loaning it out, because if they're giving them, that's illegal. You have to go through the feds for that shit. That's a transfer of firearms.
Yeah, but these people aren't exactly intelligent. So the things they think they can do are pretty stupid 99% of the time. They seem to have a very bizarre understanding of how the world works. So I wouldn't trust their judgment on any of this.
Did I see the stupid shit Tim Pool said? No. What he said?
Well, he probably talked, so that was the first problem.
I wonder if it's him agreeing with Mike Cernovich. Cernovich said Trump polling like shit, well beyond the margin of error from the unreliable polls. Polls were reliable but misreported. No one influential, not on payroll, defending him. Early supporters laughing at him, think he's a joke, but yeah, he's going to landslide in November. And Tim said, I'm starting to agree. Trump is looking really weak as the chaos continues. I'm going to have to remember that tweet from Cernovich, and if Trump wins, especially by a landslide, I'm going to retweet him and go, you're a fucking moron. I don't like Mike Cernovich. I think he's a fucking moron. And I have for a long time. He's not wrong with some of the stuff he says in his tweet here. I just think he's a fucking moron.
I agree.
They forcibly took over a neighborhood. Not sure they're worried about legality. I mean, they were allowed to. They didn't forcibly take it over. The mayor let them. The mayor could have. Yeah. They went in there because those roadblocks that are there, guys, people didn't put those up. They were there, and the city came in to remove them, and they left some of them there so they could keep them blocked off.
I think there's a lot of really questionable things that could be construed either way. Like, you could call it a takeover from one perspective, but like Obi-Wan would say, it's from a certain point of view. And from the other point of view, they just sort of wandered in and was like, hey, these are already here. It's ours now. It's a street party. Mm-hmm. So it really depends on how you're looking at it, because there's a lot of stuff they're doing that could probably land them in jail for a really long time.
All of what they're doing. If the city of Seattle had any balls at all, these guys would all be in jail.
If they had any balls, this wouldn't have happened more than 24 hours.
That's true as well. Yeah, they'd have just went in there and cleared them out. But the mayor's a dumb hippie.
Yeah, it's a bit of a problem.
Dangerous says, so it's a law of dibs. Well, yeah.
Seems that way.
There's just, I mean, you can sit there and say it's illegal all day, but when the mayor lets it happen, when the mayor's telling them to stay out, the police and stuff, when the mayor's ordering them to leave a police precinct, even though that's got to be one of my favorite things of the whole Seattle thing going on, is that the police chief is like, I didn't give that order. And the mayor's like, I don't know who did. So it makes it sound like the two people who should have had a say in this don't. The police chief who's saying, I absolutely didn't say this, and the mayor who's kind of wibble wobbling about it because she's the ignorant bitch who did it and doesn't want to be held accountable at the polls because, for all of the nonsense going on, people in Seattle don't want to think that at any time their homes can be taken over by a gang of dirty fucking hippies.
It's a nightmare scenario.
It is. But guys, just remember to donate to Black Lives Matter causes, because that's the important thing here.
Yeah, that won't possibly end up in a super PAC run by the DNC.
Peter asks, who would invest in Seattle after this? Well, dirty hippies, the ones who are investing there now. Your Silicon Valley types, the dirty hippies. Are these hippies or yuppies? They're hippies. Which one's the mayor? Was she the one that called it a block party, or the one that said they haven't heard anything has happened from a credible source? Yes.
The governor is the one that said he hadn't heard it from a credible source. And
no, the city came out and said that too.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that. But I know the mayor is the one that said it's the summer of love.
Summer of love, with the atmosphere of a block party. Jaeger Pony, thank you. According to Breaking 911, North Korea military set to advance into DMZ. Yeah, give that a shot.
Yeah, I saw that, but I couldn't verify it with anything else. The closest I found was an article of Un's sister saying that they wanted to roll in through South Korea. And apparently, they cut off some contact with South Korea. But it wouldn't surprise me if they tried to use all this nonsense as a mask, like China's doing.
If they try rolling into North Korea or into South Korea, even China won't help them, and we'll just go kick the shit out of them.
Well, that would be an opportunity for China to seize Taiwan, though.
Do you really want to get into a war while we're in one right there?
Well, I'm not. I'm just saying that I can see them seeing how weak we look right now.
I guess.
Well, they're so authoritarian. They're used to that mindset, and they see this as total weakness.
And I get that, but they also don't understand how our laws work. So it's not like the president is weak. It's our internal leaders who are. You don't want to throw your dick down on the table again, Un, because you still got that little Asian dick. And ours work.
That's the diabetes.
That's the diabetes. Oh yeah, not a good idea. Not a good idea. Korea's been, I don't know what their problem is right now, but going all the way back to when Il took over, North Korea is just, they like to saber rattle to get attention. And I think they're doing it with the wrong guy.
Yeah, I think so.
Monkey still has no clue what a hippie is. What? Are they offended because I called these guys hippies?
Well, they're the sad equivalent, the modern equivalent of a hippie.
Well, and a lot of them are fucking dirty.
Yeah, they're dirty. They smell. They listen to shitty music, and they have no idea how anything works. So,
well, somebody in chat was like, "But they have money." No, the people who run the companies have money in there. Look at Jack. Have you seen Jack? That motherfucker needs a bath.
Not me, the guy that runs Twitter.
Yeah, the guy who runs Twitter. They got their money because they got lucky with nerd shit. It's not because they like stumbled upon it. And they hire a whole bunch of liberals who are basically dirty hippies. Hippie is a mentality. It's the dirty commie is what they are.
Yeah.
The physically dirty commie.
Oh, we don't own anything, man.
Yeah, man.
Personal property is different than private property.
North Korea just detonated a liaison's office? What? What the fuck? The hippies in chat are very upset that I'm calling them hippies. Look, we're not those people. We're the hippies.
Well, hashtag not all hippies.
God, they're offended for the hippies, man.
Well, I'd be offended by these ass clowns on the co-op too.
But they are hippies.
Well, I'm not saying you're wrong.
What was done in the 60s was these fucking assholes going and living in communes with their little gay gardens that couldn't feed a family of 4 for a week. They've literally taken the Stalin book of gardening to heart.
Oh, those gardens are so sad. Look,
they are.
That's so sad.
Huh.
Now, say what you will about the 60s hippies. I bet they could garden way better than these guys.
If they really couldn't. All those communes, they all ended up like breaking up.
I think that was because they were all banging each other and jealousy happened. I bet they would have made great reality shows.
That's the only difference here, I will say, with these hippies of the 60s, is at least those guys were getting laid.
Yeah. They were probably better educated too.
They were high and getting laid. At least they had more of an excuse.
Yeah.
These are just sad, boring, wannabe hippies. They're whippies. They broke up because a real commune hasn't been tried.
Nice.
It's true. Well, isn't that Slab Park or whatever the hell it's called out there still around?
Oh, Slab City? Yeah.
Slab City, yeah.
All
And
those
it's
people are on the government dole, though. They're all on welfare.
yeah, because you can't make money as a hippie. Yeah, see the people in Silicon Valley, the hippies out there, like Jack, for instance, he didn't start out as a hippie. He got rich and became a hippie afterwards because I don't know. Because he felt bad about making money.
Yeah, I think getting rich broke him.
Yeah. He's a weird dude.
He's very weird too.
He needs to shave that hipster beard and stop wearing the beanie like he's Tim Pool and put on a suit, bitch.
Tim Pool needs to stop wearing the beanie like he's Tim Pool. We all know you're bald, dude. Accept that.
The last time I saw, he was on Crowder the other day, and I haven't even watched it. I've just seen the thumbnail, and that beanie's like pulled down to his eyebrows, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, has it always been that low, and I just didn't pay attention?
I think it's moving forward. It'll eventually just be a mask.
Yeah, he's going to need a ski mask soon. Expo Hotep, thank you. Well, these ones are getting laid as well, but they're doing it with less consent. Well, at least the one, yeah. It was that the person credited with starting this has been accused by several girlfriends of sexual assault and flat out assault. Yeah. Who didn't see that coming?
Right.
Oh man. Steve is giving Tim a gun. Steve, yeah, I heard that's what the name of the thing is. Or Tim Pool gets a gun or something like that. I haven't watched it. I just his fucking that fucking beanie being all the way down to his eyebrows was like, is his head shrinking?
I think he's turning into a Muppet.
I mean, more power to him. Let's see. Trump needs to, this is what the tweet was that somebody was trying to get me to look at. Trump needs to get off his ass and do something about all the fucking chaos around the country. Cops just got poisoned. Leftists are destroying public property, and now armed groups are rising up to stop them. Well, Timmy, what do you propose exactly? Seriously. Just get off your ass and do something. What do you propose? Personally, I'm for sending the army in and taking out every one of these little hippie fuckers who've claimed my land.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't come to that, but
nah, man, they want to pretend they're rebels. Let's have a rebellion, bitch.
Yeah, that's probably what's going to end up happening.
Did you see the picture of that woman wearing the shirt that says, if the shooting starts, get behind me, Black Lives Matter, and then she's holding a baby?
Yep.
That is so
in trouble on that one.
That is so disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was quite a while ago. I was going to pull it on the screen, but I was having trouble finding it. Here you go, guys. Look at this dumpy bitch. And right in front of that, there's a guy with a kid too. Don't let that go. But at least he's not wearing a shirt saying "Please shoot me." Now, Jack, I have two theories here. My first theory is that she just wants a really late-term abortion. My second theory is that she thinks this is how you make baby Swiss.
Jesus.
My third theory is that she's a fucking moron. And I think that's what it really is. Stand behind me. Jack, you ever see when they're shooting in a crowd?
Yeah.
The crowd scatters.
Yeah.
Nobody goes, I'll block you.
I'm going to hide behind this punch, you dumb bitch. No. Nobody's going to do that.
Look how short she is, man. You ain't going to stop no bullets.
Right? And she doesn't look like a fast mover. But I would probably try and liberate that baby from her because she's dumb enough to run toward the gunfire.
Look at them ankles, man. She got fat ankles.
The cankles? Yeah.
They're not quite cankles. It's just I mean, they shouldn't be that fat because
Well,
she's not that fat. I mean, she's a little wide, but she's not. She's not damn.
isn't she?
Okay, by your standards, she's quite wide.
Yeah,
But
I already nicknamed her Cankosaurus Rex.
I see. I don't think she's that fat. I think she's fat, but not that fat. She's. I mean, she's a Midwestern girl in wherever they are. I like this guy up here. I thought this was a skirt at first. That's not. He's wearing shorts with tights for some reason.
Case says shorts blow up. He doesn't want anyone looking at his junk. Either that or he's a superhero.
Maybe that's it. Maybe he's getting into he's taking off his streets to become a homosexual man or whatever he is. She's not that bad, you guys. She's not that fat. Come on.
They're all saying it.
Y'all are mean. She ain't that fat. She's just a bad mother. I will say that.
Well, yeah.
And even if she put the baby down, I mean, it's still saying, go ahead and kill me. I don't care. Shit. One way or another, I'm not taking care of this baby.
It's
Shoot
kinda
it or
what
me.
sounds like.
Oh, man.
Like CPS should probably look into that one.
Yeah. What I like is that she's got a mask on, but it's not on her face. You can see right there. Same with this chickie poo. They got to be heard on their phone, man. I love that about the folks who are really scared about corona and they're going out with their masks on, but they take them down to use their phone.
Yeah.
Like, you realize that phone can hear through that mask, right?
I don't know what kind of mask they're wearing that covers their ear and their mouth. Because yeah, like you said, you can hear somebody through a mask. It might be a little muffled, but you don't have to take your mask down.
It's not that muffled. It's just like every time you see him up at the microphones to tell us about how horrible things are in the country. Nancy Pelosi, that bitch pulls her thing down every time.
Well, I've seen way too many people wearing their mask where it's under their nose.
Yes.
And that bothers me because why even bother then? Then it's just like a booger decoration.
It helps a little bit more. I mean, at least having your mouth closed, you're not spitting, which is where a lot of the what's the word I'm looking for here? Aerosol stuff comes out from.
Yeah,
A lot of it doesn't actually come out from your nose; it comes from your mouth. So it helps a little,
but if
but
you
not as much
sneeze,
as
that
you
shit's
think.
going everywhere.
Not as much as you think. And you look retarded.
I don't trust people that can't figure out how to work a simple mask.
Looks like a hairband to me. Which part?
The thing on her head.
Oh no, she was wearing a mask. It's on her face.
Oh.
You can see it on her cheek. Here. I can't make it any bigger, but I'll show you again. Check this out. See, right here, it's coming over her ear.
Oh yeah, it's pulled under her chinny shins.
Yeah.
It's protecting 3 layers of chins.
I was right. Y'all making me question myself. You know what I spent a good hour and a half doing today, Jack?
Laughing at dumb people?
Yes, actually. I was watching World Star. Have you ever been over to the World Star site?
No, I don't think so.
Oh my God, dude. How have you you've probably seen their videos before or heard somebody yell World Star?
I've heard people say that.
Yeah, it's they're usually short videos, a minute tops. I've seen them as long as 5 minutes, but usually it's fighting. That's a good one. Or stuff, just horrible stuff happening. To give you an example, there's a guy he's a trucker and he's got the back of his truck open. It's got the swing doors. And the right door is all the way open and he's just closing the left door. Well, he turns right as the right door is coming at him because of the wind and knocks him the fuck out.
Yeah, I imagine.
Not just down, knocked him the fuck out. and it's all captured on surveillance video. So yeah, I was just watching the shit out of this stuff. I like the videos where somebody gets what's coming to them. Those are my favorite. Like somebody decides to roll up on somebody and start a fight and they get knocked out immediately.
Damn.
Yeah, there's a lot of knockouts on that channel. The ones I was watching at the end were people breaking up with their significant others because they found out they cheated.
Jeez.
And this one motherfucker, he gets down on his knee. And she goes, "Oh my God, baby." And he pulls out this letter and hands it to her. And apparently it's from her boyfriend.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, damn.
That's cold, but kind of funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I spent almost all of my time between Lords of the Night and this watching that. I played a little bit of Fallout, but that didn't take for very long because I got distracted. Some video came. Oh, there was a video that came up on my feed. It's this guy, man. He beats the shit out of this chick. Excuse me, and he's got her down on the ground in this plaza kind of thing between some houses, and he punches her and he's screaming at her. And then they get up and they go back towards their house. And on their way back, a couple of guys come out and they're like, "No, dude, you don't do that shit." And so they get into a fight with him and lay his ass out. Like that. This isn't a case where she like hit him. She is running from him and he chases her down and beats her ass. And they fucked him up. There's another one over there, Jack. This woman hit another woman with her car twice.
Why?
Well, from what I can hear from the banter that goes on after, because, okay, so she hits her with a car once and you don't really get to see that. You just see the car run up and drive over. You know, a little thing that's supposed to stop you when you pull up to a building?
Yeah, little concrete things, yeah.
Yeah, drove over it. And then she backs up and the chick walks forward. And so you see the second hit. And then she goes, "You get your ass out of that car," which the dumbass does. You've hit this woman twice with your car and she is still standing. You don't get out of your car.
Oh, God, no. That chick's invincible.
She's going to kill you.
Yeah.
Which she mostly does. She beats the ever-loving fuck out of her. From the sound of it, the chick who hit the other one with the car is the ex of the other one's baby daddy.
Of course it is.
Yeah, it was a baby daddy, a whole white bread trailer park baby daddy situation.
Always is, isn't it?
Oh, it was great. It was great. So she gets her down. She's got her by her hair, and the chick is on her stomach, and she just keeps punching her in the face. And this woman comes up, "Oh my God, what's going on? Do you want me to call the police?" And the lady on bottom, she's like, "No." And the lady on top is like, "Yes, she hit me with her car." And then the lady on bottom goes, "Yeah, call him. I'm the one's bleeding." Like, he's filming it. You hit her with your car twice.
Fucking people.
Yeah, it was all over some child support money, apparently.
Man, where did these people come from?
I don't know, but I'm glad they exist. I'm so glad they exist.
Well, they can exist. I just don't want to live near them.
Oh, I don't either. I'm happy to just watch them through WorldStar. But I have my fill for a while because they don't, I mean, it's not like they update great things that often. You can go 6 months to a year without watching them and then just come back and you just find the good stuff. Were they black? No, I said white bread. White bread trailer park. Where'd I lose you?
I was
they were honky.
bread and sandwiches and
got
distracted.
No, these were some dumbass honkies out there beating each other's asses. What was the other one? Oh, this guy in Russia. I don't know what he's doing, but he's just like wandering around being a dick in a store. And there's this line that's going from left to right, and he decides to get in this guy's way and just stand there. And the guy tries pushing past him, and he won't get out of his way. And the camera just moves a little bit to where you don't see the guy who's trying to push past him except for his arm. And you happen to see it form a fist and fucking right hook this guy from behind and knocked him the fuck out.
Wow.
And then he just looks at him and kind of walks away. Like, I can't blame him.
No, sometimes people are just assholes for the sake of it.
Yeah, some of the overseas ones, they're real fun. There was one that was a where the hell was that at? I believe it's some South American country where this woman was beating this chick's ass because she had slept with her husband. I've never understood that, Jack. I've never understood that. She didn't make a vow to you. Your husband did. Go beat his ass. You know what I mean?
They never seem to want to put as much blame on the boyfriend or husband. It's always the that hoe with the magic pussy over there.
Yeah. Why y'all always blame? And it's the same thing with dudes. I mean, they always, all right, I'm going to go fight him. Like, she the hoe. He ain't make no fucking, okay, maybe if it's your friend, and then there's like a trust bond that was broken there. But otherwise, he didn't know you. She didn't know you. They don't know you shit. Your spouse does. You need to talk to that dirty hoe or that dirty motherfucker. Whichever the case may be.
Yeah.
Yeah. She kicked the shit out of her, man. And everybody just stood around and watched.
Yeah, don't get involved with married people. That's just a problem waiting to happen.
Yeah, it's a good point. But when that happens, I mean, don't beat up the chick. I mean, that doesn't solve anything.
Yeah.
That doesn't unsuck his dick.
Or does it?
Maybe she beat the dick right out of her mouth. Oh man. Not a channel. Go to the World Star Hip Hop site. Oh, I should have it somewhere. I could throw it into chat. Where's that thing I was watching? I don't remember which one led me over there. I'm sure it's in my history because I watched a shit ton of this, Jack.
I was mostly following the fantastical protests.
I haven't been paying attention to that at all today.
Yeah, there was a shooting in New Mexico. And somebody's in the hospital, obviously, and critical. They arrested a guy. But it turned out it looks like he was being attacked by half a dozen people. It sounds like he started something and then was leaving and they chased him down. And then shots were fired. Video is pretty intense. But I actually caught it right after it happened live.
Oh, wow.
And that was pretty interesting because this girl on Facebook was streaming it. And yeah, it was pretty crazy. People didn't want to back away from where the crime happened. They were all like wanting to get up closer to look at it. And the cops were like, hey, this is a crime scene, idiots. And they're like, whatever. But yeah, it was pretty interesting. So somebody got a hold of that original video and posted it on Twitter, and I got to find that.
Real quick, guys, I put in the worldstarhiphop.com link that it's that video of the guy who gets on his knees to look like he's going to propose to his chick. But you can either hop over on the right or go to the main page up at the top, and yeah, you can find all kinds of stuff. I was just tagged in this, but it's already gone. This chick, Laureen Cornwell. She said, let me find out these Shake Shack heroes are charged before the cops who killed Breonna Taylor. You do realize that Those are not in the same jurisdictions, right?
No, people are dumb. And these protesters don't seem to be the brightest of bulbs. Yeah, they need to find out who did that. Which I'm sure they will, because there couldn't have been that many people working. And somebody's gonna be like, oh yeah, that guy's an asshole.
Have they already decided they're not charging the cops in Breonna Taylor?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything about it.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that one. The Supreme Court had some rulings today, Jack.
Yeah, I saw that.
I enjoyed a certain narrative that came out of it, a certain contradictory narrative that came out of it. The press was, oh, this is so great. What? Okay, here's the two decisions, guys. They decided that sex in the equal rights amendment, or no, we don't have the equal rights amendment. The Title 7. Thank you. Where it says that you can't be discriminated against based on sex means being transgender or gay, as well as male or female. Apparently, transgender and gay are now sexual identities, I guess.
I don't know.
Because not your sexual preference, not your sexual orientation. That's not what we're talking. Biological sex is what was written into the law, and people are. This is so great. This is so great.
Fucking stupid. They rewrote the law.
Well, these same people are very upset because the other case that the court refused to hear was on oh fuck, what's the name of I had it earlier and I forgot it. The immunity thing, qualified immunity, that's the name. And in every story I read about that one, they're like, and this is some stuff the court just made up on their own. Like, wait a minute. So in that case, it's bad, but over here, where they literally just made it up themselves, literally said they don't care what the law actually says. They actually say that. Well, we know what it says, and we know what they probably meant, but that don't matter.
Yeah,
that's okay. But over here, it's not okay.
It's not okay when it goes against their narrative.
It was just funny to see these two things come up at the same time, and you get a lot of these cases that come back to back because the court usually drops several cases at one time. So you'll have, different things we're talking about on the same day, but you rarely get to see that hypocrisy that quickly.
Yeah.
The legislature should have come down, and if they want to add gay and transgender to this, that should have been done through the legislative process. That's how we're supposed to do it.
What? No.
I know. The qualified immunity one, I'm not happy with it. But this is based on old common law, and we have qualified immunity for judges. Nobody whines about it. For all the people you hear whining about qualified immunity lately, you don't hear them bitching about the judges.
That's why it's never going away.
It's not. And because there should be something in there. As long as you think you are acting legally, you should be fine. As long as it's within reason. And we do need to scale it back some because it's been used to just like, oh no, cops can't be prosecuted. Well, not prosecuted, sued is what qualified immunity is for.
Yeah.
There should be times like, okay, look, let's take the guy who shot Tamir Rice. He was the little kid in the park with the gun.
Yeah.
Say, was it reasonable for this officer to think this was a real gun? If yes, then no, you can't sue him. Sorry. If it was unreasonable, then sure. Be like, yeah. If it's Chauvin kneeling on somebody for 9 minutes, no, there's no qualified immunity there. Because there's no way in fuck he thought that was right.
Yeah. Yeah,
There's no way in fuck after he's told that there's no pulse that he thought kneeling there for 2 more minutes was legal in any fucking way. So, I mean, it needs to be, within reason, but that's what we have the courts for, to decide that. And they need to tighten that up a bit. I could see tightening that up. But don't sit there and tell me that you're happy that the court abused its power in one case and then bitch about him in doing it in the other case, especially when in the other case it actually makes more sense. Breaking news: North Korea blows up joint liaison office with South. Yeah, somebody told us that a little bit ago. They didn't tell us it was joint liaison office. Where was this at? Is this the one at the DMZ?
I think it is. The liaison office was empty since June or January due to COVID.
Yeah,
it doesn't specifically say in the BBC article. I'll find another one.
Well, we'll see what's happening with that, guys. Korea, they seem to be wanting to get their ass kicked. I mean, that's fine.
I figured somebody would start nonsense with the coronavirus and all these protests and everything, distracting people because they see that as us being weak. I thought it would be China, but China might be behind this.
Oh, I don't think China wants to tussle right now. I really don't. They've got enough on their plate at the moment.
Okay. North Korea leader Kim Jong-un's sister, Kim Yo-jong, had predicted the destruction of the office in retaliation for anti-Pyongyang leaflets sent by balloon across the border by North Korean defector groups. So it's in retaliation for that. Yeah, the office was in the Inter-Korean Industrial Park. That's sort of this neutral area where they had workers going through, because a lot of South Korean workers would come in and work in North Korea. That apparently is where it was.
Yeah, so them just saber rattling a little louder than normal.
Yeah, they did put their army on high alert for return to the demilitarized zone,
which will put the South Korean army back at the demilitarized zone, which I doubt they've moved theirs very far. And our people will be right back there too. So,
yeah, sorry to derail you there.
No, you're good.
Somebody put it in chat, and that was like the third person to tell us, and figured if there's more than 3 telling us, then it's probably got an article up by now.
Well, Becca sent an article over to the hashtag, and it's from Stars and Stripes, and according to them, it was at 2 p.m. It doesn't say if it's their time or our time. If it's their time, I'm guessing they did it an hour ago or so.
Yeah, it would have been pretty recently.
Yeah. Isn't Pyongyang the name of the Korean Pootie Tang remake? Wow, that's a bit excessive over a bunch of papers and a balloon. It's also on their side of the border. According to that article, it's north of the border, so they blew up their own shit.
Yeah. That sort of thing doesn't particularly surprise me.
No.
But I think it's dumb. You're just aggravating tensions, and you don't really want to do that right now because old fatty there had some heart condition. He's probably trying to look like a tough guy, and that could really blow up in his face.
I wonder if this is more a power play inside the country than outside.
Could be.
Because this was something his sister had brought up before, and suddenly it happens right after he's been sick, and everybody's like, she's going to take over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her showing her how strong she is. She's a strong one, you guys. Oh God. Anyway. Excuse me. I got into some arguments today, Jack.
You? What? I am shocked.
One of the people I argued with was E. Jean Carroll.
I saw that, and I was surprised she responded to you.
Why, if you're her, would you respond to me?
I don't know. No offense, but
no, seriously. I have what 6,000 people following me on Twitter, and I just talk shit. Why in the fuck would you respond to me?
She's crazy. That's why.
Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. Get that man a Cupid doll.
Ooh, a Cupid doll. How creepy.
Right. E.G. and Carol, guys, for those of you who don't know her, she's currently suing the president for saying that she's a lying whore. My words, not his. She's they want his DNA to prove that DNA on a coat, I believe it is, that she was wearing back when he supposedly raped her in 1993, 89. I forget when. Sometime back in the before time.
In a long ago.
In the long ago. Supposedly they'd met up at this high-end apparel store. She didn't really like him and thought he was creepy and talked to him anyway. And he said that he wanted her to try on some clothes because he was built like his wife. And she said no, but some reason let him into the dressing room with her anyway. And then according to her, with him in full garb and her all dressed up, he pushed her against the wall, pulled down her tights. She was wearing tights. Pulled down her tights with one hand and rammed it up in her while her legs are solidly together. Now, either her vagina is really weirdly placed. He has a giant dick, or this is all made up.
I'm going to door number 3, Chuck.
I think it's probably door number 3 as well, because nothing else makes it. The logistics of what she explains doesn't make sense.
No, and it makes even less sense if you listen to her interview. Monkey described it better than she did.
I really did. Belly button veg.
Isn't she the one that said that people find the sexual assault like sexy or something?
Well, that's how our argument started. Because I went to find the clip from CNN. I wanted to have it from the source. And CNN, Jack, has cut that part out of the interview.
What? CNN trying to rewrite history? Trying to modify facts? I am both shocked and or appalled.
I know, right? Thank you, Gamer Valine. People are celebrating bleach poisoning cops. Call for Trump to militarize. My word made masks mandatory. I hate this world. Morning, all. Good morning.
Morning.
Oh, my work made masks mandatory. You'll be fine. They're not that bad. Just pull them away every once in a while to breathe. I couldn't find that clip, so I went and found a different one that actually showed it. And in my comment to her, I said, CNN may have gotten rid of this, but I want to see you tell a jury this. I really do.
Right? Oh, man, I couldn't believe she said that shit. That's crazy. Even the most diehard frat bro isn't going to say something stupid like that.
She actually got into a little bit of an argument with Anderson Cooper over what she describes and whether or not it was rape.
Yeah.
He's like, that sounds like rape. And she's like, yeah. But no, I wasn't. I'm not a victim. I wasn't raped. And he's like, I think most people would think that was rape. And she goes, I think most people think rape is sexy. And Anderson went, what?
Oh, the look on his face was like, shit, she's one of those.
And so they immediately cut out and go to commercial. And he promises to have her back after the commercial. She wasn't back, you guys.
No, she didn't come back.
She wasn't allowed back on TV after that.
Oh, she was radioactive toxins then. That crazy bitch. She looked insane in that interview.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, E. Jean responded to me, CNN didn't cut anything. I'm like, but they did. They literally did. And several of her fans were mad at me for that. One of them called me racist over it.
I saw that. I couldn't figure out what the fuck you were talking about.
What?
Like, how is she? How is he? What?
Another one called me ridiculous. I was like, how so? And you know, they gave me the dictionary definition of ridiculous. I know what ridiculous means. How was I being ridiculous? They're as crazy as she is, Jack.
Oh yeah.
And there's this one part of the conversation, because she responded to me one other time where I said, okay, so she thinks you guys think rape is sexy and I'm the bad guy. And she said, yup. Wow. Burn.
Sick burn.
But I got to talk to E. Jean Carroll. I feel like I've touched celebrity, Jack.
I wouldn't want to claim to touch that.
Oh, I'm not saying I touched it, because you have to be careful with her. She has accused a whole bunch of people of rape and sexual assault.
Yeah, she's weird.
Yeah. The part of the way this all came out is she was releasing a book, Jack.
Oh, of course.
And they had an excerpt of it in Vanity Fair, I believe it was. Maybe it might have been the New Yorker, I forget. I think it was Vanity Fair. But it highlighted the article where she talks about all the sexual assault and rape she's put up with in her life. Ex-Bubba Hotep, thank you. I disagree with you. You are a insert random ist word here. I'm a capitalist. This show is brought to you by you. If you enjoy what you're hearing, hit the like button, hit the share button, and throw money at Jack. Did I do that one good? That's a nice segue, right?
That was good.
Thank you. I had to play on my ist.
At some point, you need to just randomly scream like, share, and subscribe just for no reason in the middle of a sentence.
Right. No, I didn't expect to encounter the crazies, Jack. I expected to just have my one-off comment and go about my day. And it was amazing how many of them got upset by it, including her. E. Jean Carroll, why in the fuck are you even listening to anything I say? Other than the fact that you are a narcissistic bitch who needs the attention.
Well, don't ask the question if you're going to answer it for me.
Fair enough.
That's almost exactly what I was going to say. She's a narcissist.
You can tell it by the stories that she told. I mean, her stories.
She's a weirdo.
The first one, you missed a super chat from Gamer Valine. No, I didn't.
Yeah, he got that one. You just didn't hear him.
But thank you. If I do miss them, I appreciate you guys pointing them out. But I'm just, I didn't miss any.
This time.
Look, I've done it before. So that's why I say I appreciate it when people point it out. Her first story of sexual assault in her book tells the story of her being a young girl. I'm not sure how old. She doesn't say, but she's very prepubescent. We're talking 5, 6, 7 age. And she has this male friend of hers who randomly shoves things in her and makes her hold it there. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah. He also would I forget what else he did to her down there. The end of the story ends with but they were really good friends, and they would occasionally put hot coals from the fire in each other's hair.
What?
I am not making that up.
I have not heard this.
She's making it up, but I'm not. Real quick over on the Streamlabs. Let me get this real fast, and I'll tell you a couple more. Jordan, thank you. I'm telling you, Monkey. Susan told E. Jean Carroll about the monkey dick. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to do something horrible so I can donate to Jack. There you go. I like the way you think.
I do too, except for the doing horrible things.
No, Pyrus, I'm quite serious, man. I appreciate it, even if people get it wrong. If you tell me that I missed something, because I miss shit. Don't feel upset about that at all.
Yeah, it is hard to juggle watching the chat and having a conversation, so we do miss things occasionally.
Yeah, I appreciate the attempt. I really do. I wasn't being facetious. It's poof. I got to stop being such a smartass, Jack, so I don't have to say that.
Yeah, well, life it is.
Now, the only other one I remember is her talking about when she was in Girl Scout camp. And one year, this male scout leader thing took her out on the paddle boat and he touched her inappropriately.
He then put coals in her hair.
No, no.
I didn't know if that was going to be a theme in this.
Next year, when they got back, he avoided her a lot.
So wait, so she didn't like? Okay, I'm just rolling with it. All right.
That's it. That's the story.
Oh wow, riveting story, bro. Yeah, that sounds made up. Like not even well. I thought she was a writer.
You know what? I should find that. We should do a dramatic reading some night.
Yes.
We should. The E. Jean Carroll Diaries. It's insane. And as I remember the others, I mean, it's all stuff that you could pick out of like a really bad romance novel. I don't know where she came up with the kid who was making her hold things in with Kegels at 5.
Fucking weird.
Your mom should have kept better track of you. But yeah, it's just weird. It's she's insane, Jack. And I feel comfortable saying that, and I don't need to say allegedly because bitch, I got my proof. We have the CNN interview. Get Squishy to read it for us. No, I wouldn't do that to her.
Oh, that's mean. Hey, Squishy, yeah. We want to make you miserable for half an hour.
Now, I've never been a Girl Scout, Jack.
I haven't either.
Do they have a lot of guys at the Girl Scout summer camp?
Not that I know of. Typically, it's all women. I've known girls that were Girl Scouts. My friends' kids, my friends, that sort of thing that were in the Scouts, and they were all girls. I don't think they have a lot of guys specifically because it's weird.
Thank you, Purple Pill. I didn't know this, and I'm not doubting it, but Purple Pill says her entire interaction with Trump is literally the script to a 2013 NCIS episode. I wouldn't be shocked.
That would not surprise me at all.
Not at all. She's insane. She either you ever see, I'm sure you've seen the movie Scrooged.
Oh yeah, classic.
There's a moment where he's with the ghost of Christmas past. They're in his house when he's a young boy, and what's his name? Buster Poindexter. I don't know his real name. Says to him, "You never did anything." And he's like, "Well, what about that time I saved something, whatever?" He's like, "No, that was Little House on the Prairie." He goes, "Well, what about this thing?" He's like, "No, that was the courtship of Eddie's father." I don't know why I remember the shows exactly. But yeah, he's like, your whole life was just you watching this stuff. Those are your memories. You didn't actually do those things. It was TV, you fucking nerd.
That's depressing.
Cirque says, I thought it was Law and Order episode, not NCIS. I don't know. Oh, it was a Law and Order episode. I sent it to the hashtag. Okay, let's see. Did you send the episode or did you send something that shows? Oh, this is
again, it doesn't surprise me that she's conceivably stealing from a TV show, a popular TV show.
All right, well, here's the scene apparently that shows it. This is a 40-some second clip. Let's see what it says.
Foreplay took place in the dressing room of Bergdorf's. While she was trying on lingerie, I would burst in. Hold on. Man. Mm-hmm.
my! I think
You don't
that's
feel
even
like
the
a
same store. Wasn't it Bergdorf's was the store?
Might have been.
I was not thrown on the ground and ravished, which the word rape carries so many sexual connotations. This was not sexual.
The word rape carries so many sexual connotations.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
It's almost like it's forced sex, Jack.
Yeah.
It hurt.
But I think most people think of rape as it is a violent assault. It is not.
I think most people think of rape as being sexy.
Let's take a short break.
Think of the fantasies.
We're just going to take a quick break. If you can stick around, we'll
He can't
talk
even
on
speak.
the other side.
You're fascinating to talk to.
You're really fun to talk to.
You're fascinating to talk to. I don't know what I just clicked on. Let's stop that.
She looks very much like Joe Biden, that like quasi senility thing going.
Ugh, there's a lot of coke in that head. Yeah, it was the same store. There you go, Bergdorf's. I always forget it until I hear the name. Yeah, someplace I've never even heard of until this all happened.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It even sounds like some pretentious, snobby rich people place.
yeah. Maybe since we're friends now, me and her, I will tweet her that Law and Order episode.
I don't know if friends is the right way of describing your
I
relationship.
feel like we're homies, man. We're like Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart when they became friends.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's a possibility. She might think you're friends.
Gamer Valine says she has crazy eyes. She has crazy everything, sweetheart.
Yeah.
You're right about the eyes, but I think it goes deeper than that. I got to be careful. She probably Monkey raped me in a DM.
No, because rape isn't always sexy, and obviously your voice is sexually arousing to her. So, I mean, you have a track record with ladies on the internet. Look at Susan.
Indeed. Susan, call me baby. Yeah. That people still believe in this bitch after what happened with CNN. Because, they've kept her off TV, Jack, but CNN still runs articles about this crazy bitch and how she has a credible accusation against Trump.
No, she doesn't. And that bitch that responded to you said there were 25 credible accusations against Trump. I was like, man, I don't think that word means what you think it means.
If you watch the beginning of that, the interview with E. Jean Carroll, Anderson Cooper goes, and adding to another credible accusation. This makes the 15th credible accusation. I don't know where the other 10 have come from, but yeah, I just love that one chick that I was arguing with because she called me a liar. She didn't actually say, she said I was truth averse. And so I showed her the clip where they got cut off. And that's when she said, who cares? I'm like, but you were the one who jumped in here to call me a liar over what I had said.
No, evidence doesn't count when it goes against the narrative.
Yeah, she accused me of being of having an agenda. I'm like, you're the one lying, bitch. You're either lying or dumb.
Or both.
Could be both. You know what? Maybe that's why that girl got so mad at me, because she blocked me. Because I didn't offer the chance that she could be both. I pigeonholed her.
Yeah, you can't pin me down with your labels, man.
Right. I'm a moronic liar. Which is funny because she was. Yeah, I was a Trumpy. You're just a Trumpist. Do you mean somebody who plays a trumpet? Yeah, she blocked me. Like, you're the one that was mean to me. You called me a fucking liar. Don't call me a liar, man. I don't like being called a liar. I don't lie. There are times I'm wrong, but I don't lie. I got no reason to lie to you on Twitter. You mean nothing to me, lady. 3 Indian military personnel dead in clash with China. You mean dot, not feather, right? Because that would be really weird. We didn't send the last of the Mohicans over there, did we?
That would be a problem. It depends. Are they the ones killing indigenous people on the Highway of Tears?
Could be.
There's a lot of Chinese influence up in Canada. Won't rule it out.
India. I figured, Nico. We're just kidding. We don't think Chief runs the premise, or whatever it was from South Park is going over there.
Premise, yeah.
Runs the premise. Channeled Biden there, eh, monkey? What'd I say? I feel like I did something wrong now.
Look, the Chinese don't want to fuck with India right now. They also have nukes and they have more people.
And don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Unless the Pakistanis are going to jump in, I mean, then we'll have World War and we'll have to sit back and go, oh shit, there goes all our electronics.
Right.
There's going to be no customer service for a while, guys. I'm seeing too many hairy armpits on the internet. And this goes for men and women. I don't want to see your armpits, and it's because men have hairy armpits and sometimes women do. I'm okay with not seeing armpits. Armpits are nasty. That's where stink comes from.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, you might say vagina is where stink comes from, but not if it's kept clean. And it's a good stink. All right.
I don't know how to respond to that. Real quick, though. Thank you, Purple Pill Perspective, for the donation. I was going to donate this to the vision impaired, but they can't see me giving this to you instead. Anyway, thanks for being you. No, thank you for watching and enjoying the show. And thank you, Jordan250. I love going to church. When the collection plate comes around and I collect all the money, it's the best. Hopefully it makes you feel good that getting some of that sweet cash too. Thanks, Jordan. Thanks.
I don't know when. Oh, that's from April 6th. Wendy's had put out a tweet supporting black people. How do you feel about companies and all their black support lately, Jack?
Oh, shut the fuck up, brand. It annoys the hell out of me. Stop trying to virtue signal to get our money. Okay, why don't you sell a good product and we'll come buy your stuff. It doesn't matter what color people are.
You know, the reason I ask is because Satsu said tonight that he's noticing on Black Twitter and Black Facebook that black folks are like, what the fuck is happening? Like, it's really nice that you're doing all this stuff and saying all this stuff, but the change in police that we want isn't happening. That's what we're after. Can we have that? Meanwhile, they're getting the same platitudes they always get. Every time something happens in this country where there's any racial stuff involved, everybody runs out to prove how not racist they are, and then nothing changes.
Yeah, the companies are so scared that they'll be called racist that they have to go out and do these little, like, sort of a 2 minutes of shame thing where they have to confess all their sins and say how they're going to support everybody. It's disgusting, and it's not productive. Nobody believes it, and if they do, they're a fucking idiot anyway. So it's just a waste of time and money, and it looks really hollow and makes people mad. Just don't pander. Just make a product and make it good.
Yeah, and if you're not involved in the conversation, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, this was about policing, and now it's turning into some like generic oppression thing, and all these companies want to jump on the bandwagon thinking that somehow this will get customers. And it's not. It's just pissing everyone off.
J-Kid says, I don't go to these places for their opinions. I just want a goddamn sandwich. Exactly. I do want to, where was that one? Maybe don't pander to 13% of the population. Just doesn't seem like a smart business move. You have to realize it's not just 13% of the population. Because you have your white folks that are supporting it and your Latino folks that are supporting it and want to prove that they're great people too. And if you don't believe me, check out Twitter and see how many honkies out there have Black Lives Matter in their fucking bio.
Yeah.
Ex-Bubba Hotep, thank you. Their pandering is their hopeful fire insurance.
That wouldn't surprise me either, but it didn't work for Wendy's.
If you made underwear for armpits, you could sell them in Japanese stores.
Sadly, that's probably true. Put so much shit up, I don't even.
There was something weird. I don't remember what it was. Ex-Bubba Hotep said, I said hopeful. I know.
Let me go look, because I did post something, retweeted something.
There was something weird. I can't remember what it was.
Was it the sign about the Germans?
Yes, that's the one. Okay, let me get that, because we got to put that on screen.
Yeah.
Where the hell are you, Jack? This is the easiest way to find you. Go into my messages, because you're always in there. Where's that at? Okay. I don't know what's going on here. I don't think anybody does, especially considering there's food involved.
It's bad translation stuff. It's always funny when this happens.
It says at the bottom, German type sexual harassment. Now, I'm not sure what the Germans are up to, but they shouldn't have their own type of sexual harassment.
No, and that's terrifying if they do. Have you seen German porn? It's messed up.
German porn? No. Germans, yes. Only in Asia. What the hell? These are people wearing Coke bottles on their heads.
Yeah, Only in Asia is a hilarious page, man. Their Twitter feed is outstanding.
Oh, God, now I have to follow this. German type sexual harassment. Oh, my. Identical twins marry identical twins and give birth to identical twins. Are they sure they're twins? I mean, Asians tend to look pretty much alike.
You can tell them apart when you're around them enough.
Can you?
More often than not, yeah. Because they're all adorable. Did you see the little Asian kid that said, "Thank you, Mama"?
No.
Oh, I retweeted that earlier because I was watching all those fucking riots and shit. So I had to find something cute, and that was adorable. He's like 2 or 3 or something, some little toddler. You can't tell with Asians; he could be 15, I guess,
or 30.
Yeah, you never know.
Asians look young for life, man, until they get like 60, and then that's like, holy fuck, what happened to you?
It depends what country they're from. Sometimes the wall hits them, and sometimes they hit the wall.
Transformable Thomas. I'm just looking at this page now.
That's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah. I can't stop looking. Oh, what is this?
Oh yeah, Peter corrected us. They hit the Great Wall.
That's what it is. Alrighty. I gotta stop watching this. I'll have to look at this stuff later. Because tiny grass is dreaming. What? It's a sign on some grass. It says, "Do not disturb. Tiny grass is dreaming." And then another one says, "Tender, fragrant grass. How hard-hearted. There it is. To trample them. The grass is smiling at you. Please detour."
Those are the "do not step on the grass" signs.
Anyhow, what else did I have for the end of the show here, Jack?
We should play the clip of that kid. It was really adorable.
Oh, do you have it?
Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up.
Thank you, Frank. The same sister I mentioned earlier sent me a bunch. Okay, that's a long one. I got to go over here to read it. Sorry, Frank. The same sister I mentioned earlier sent me a bunch of material to read about systemic racism. The first one is about the justice system. 10 pages in, and I see so many problems already. I don't know if I can make it through all of it. Read it all so that you can respond to it. Don't just turn your nose up at something they present if you're going to have the argument. Be fair. And be willing to admit, there may be problems. Or send her to watch my Chris Cuomo video. I talk about systemic racism quite a bit on that. You gaming later? Yes, I am. As soon as we're done here, well, as soon as I'm done here, probably 20 minutes after I'm done here, I'll get that set up and going because Monkey's getting tired, man. I woke up today, Jack, holding a plush unicorn.
Was it one you'd seen before?
Yes, it was. Little Butt, as she's slept in our bed the last couple of times. The first time she left actually, that's been there probably 6 months or so. She left a Care Bear in there. It's her cheer bear. Thank you, Frank. It's as bad as that Cuomo video. Gotcha. Have them watch it. Seriously. And say, here, watch this. What do you think? And they'll hate you and me forever. But anyway, the next time, well, she'd had that in there. And then one night, 2 times ago that they stayed over, she brought her plush unicorn into bed with us. And it's just stayed there. And then she brought a little purple bear that's also in there. And I'm not going to lie, sometimes I go to sleep holding the Care Bear because it's a good snuggle size. But yeah, I woke up today snuggling the shit out of that unicorn. Like it was a long lost best friend or something. I looked down, I'm like, I'm hugging a unicorn. All right.
Well, when you first said that, I had the impression that while you were sleeping, someone broke into your house and put a unicorn under your arm and probably took like a blackmail photo. And they're like, ha ha ha. And then they left.
Nope. I just hugged it in my sleep.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Start this at the beginning here. There we are. Oh, look at them chubby little cheeks.
Yeah, he's a cute little kid, isn't he?
Thank you, Mama. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mama. Mama. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Mama.
You got it?
Whoa. Thank you, Mama.
Wait.
Thank you, Mama.
You're feeding that kid a ton.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Mama. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Mama. Nom. Thank you, Mama.
That's cute.
Isn't it?
That's really cute. But they're going to turn that kid into a sumo.
Probably. He eats a lot.
The one thing I like: 4 sausages, a steak, a chicken wing.
Just with all the corn.
Dear criminy. Can't feed a kid like that unless you're stuffing him for Halloween or something.
Right? That's how you raise a kid. Great manners at a young age, and he's excited every time.
Yeah, I'm really big with pushing please and thank you with the kids, and they do very well with it. I'm impressed.
Right?
They all look the same to me. Dog, go sit in the corner. That's why he has chubby cheeks. No, that's why he's not going to be able to move in a few years. Oh, he's going to be in a movie as the fat kid. Don't you always feel bad for those kids in movies?
Yeah.
I'm going to be in a movie. What part do you play? I'm the fat kid.
Come on, your character has a name. What is it? Shut up, it's Chubberlocks.
I got to do the truffle shuffle.
You play the live action up. Oh, that's mean.
Oh, man. I hated that movie.
That movie's a downer. I could
is.
not watch that movie. I saw it once. I was like, nope, I'm done.
We actually me and Lady Monkey went to the theater to see it, just us. And when we left, I'm like, I want a IV from Kevorkian now.
Right? It's so sad.
Thank you, Bearcock. I was doing yard work with my 5-year-old yesterday, and he says, Daddy, do you remember when Monkey remembered my birthday and sang to me and was awesome? I think you have a new fan. Tell him I said hi. That's awesome. And then everybody stood up and clapped.
Yeah.
Now, see, for you idiots on Twitter, this is a believable story from a 5-year-old. If he said, remember that time Monkey gave a long-winded speech on the inaccuracies of Chris Cuomo and what a dickhead he is? That's not believable.
Well, not from a 5-year-old, but from like 30-year-old maybe.
And if that's what your 30-year-old kid is coming up and saying to you, you guys need, more family entertainment.
If you have a 30-year-old, you have $5 a month.
Oh my God! Did you see the guy in the Seattle zone there, telling everybody to give $10 to a Negro before they leave?
Yeah. Oh my God, how insulting was that? Like every black person there should be like, "Excuse me, what? We're not homeless."
Give $10, and if you don't have $10, I want you to really think about it. I want you to think about if when you leave here, if you're going to give up your wealth to blacks. Like, what? That dude's lucky he didn't get his ass kicked.
That's why I can't stop watching the live streams out of there, because there's so much weird shit comes out of there. It's one thing. It's like seriously watching a homeless encampment.
When I was watching it, all I could think of is that chick. If you have time to watch this, you have $10,
right?
Oh God, you too can sponsor a Negro for $10.
It's like the sponsoring a kid overseas in some sad village.
In the arms of the angels.
Is Sally Struthers still around? Sponsor this sick child and this black man.
Yeah. This kid can't eat, but Jeff over here, he's only making $60,000 a year. Please give him $10.
Oh man, if there was like a business guy there, like an industrialist or something, who happened to be black, and some stupid hippie comes up and tries to give him $10.
Oh,
like, excuse me.
If I was black in that crowd, I'd have been walking around with my hand out.
Yeah, everybody should be. I'd be first one collecting the money too, but that's because we're opportunists.
Indeed, and I hope some of them are too.
Yeah, that's capitalism, baby.
If I was, I'd be taking all kinds of advantage of that place.
Oh, I'm sure a lot of people are. 'Cause these are a bunch of guilt-ridden little trust fund hippies, and a bunch of people that actually probably believe in the cause. So you could make out like a bandit.
Dude, I would have little white chicks sucking my dick behind the trash can all day long.
Yeah.
Just be like, hey, are you racist? No? Come here. Prove it.
It's like exercising out their white guilt.
Yeah. Like, let me fill up your belly the way that's not going to make me have to go out for cigarettes.
Oh, jeez.
What? I thought that was very family-friendly wording.
It was, but it was fun. Inappropriate.
It's inappropriate, monkey. I know of a family of working-class Nigerians. If the parents thought their kids were indulging in it to just make money, they'd get beat. Well, yeah.
Yeah, because they have standards and morals.
Legal immigrants to this country are hard-working motherfuckers.
Yeah, they got to earn it. They got to fight to stay here.
They're not about to let their kids act like people did back home. My parents immigrated from Europe in the 60s. I can't say I have any sense of responsibility for the past. I just try to be a good person now. Well, you'll be happy to know that you can share in our white guilt, because I was told the other day that if you're white, no matter when you came here, you could have come here yesterday, and you are part of the problem.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of excuses to be racist to people. Yeah, you should aim to be a good person now. We live in the now.
You guys see the video where Raz and crew chased down a guy who stole car keys from a white-owned dealership? No, I didn't.
Oh, yeah, that was yesterday. There was also an attempted arson and a few other incidents. There was a car accident in there too, and that apparently just, whatever, because there's no cops. Who's gonna talk to your insurance company? So he was all pissed off.
I did see, I think it was the Portland one, and I think you had tweeted it out just before the show, or I saw it just before the show. Where that was the Andy No thing. I think you'd replied to, where Antifa in Portland, the mayor had like gone lax on them, so they decided to go to the other side of town and burn shit down.
Yeah.
Like what? They just want to destroy.
Yeah, there's plenty of paid agitators in the crowd. Even if most of the crowd is trying to be peaceful, it only takes one person to get everybody all riled up. Saw people out there going, fuck you to the cops. And eventually somebody's going to throw something because they get all ginned up. You get mob mentality and shit goes sideways real fast. And it didn't take long before something got caught on fire, did it? And you know what's ironic? It was a trash can.
Oh my God. You know what was insulting as fuck? And I didn't see it until the John Ward video. Did you see those motherfuckers recreating the raising of the flag at Iwo Jima in a fucking trash can?
Yeah.
They were raising their little Antifa flag in a fucking trash can in the manner of the raising of the flag at Iwo Jima. That is fucking disgusting.
Well, they seem to have a fixation on trash cans.
I was rather pissed off at that.
You should be, because these people are scumbags and they have no respect for anything that came before.
We should talk about the updates to the shooting there in Atlanta, Jack.
Okay.
We haven't mentioned that today, so might as well. Shit, what's his name? Picard. What was his name? I forget his name. The dude who died.
Brooks? Was it something Brooks?
Last name is Brooks. There we go. Mr. Brooks. I can do Brooks. His first name always throws me off because it's weird. But Mr. Brooks was shot, and it turns out he was shot twice in the back, or 3 times in the back. 2 of them were the deadly shots. That doesn't change anything, in my opinion. Richard, that's it. Ray Shard. That's not how you spell anything. His mom should be slapped for that. Mr. Brooks, he was shot, and the coroner decided that it was homicide. All right. I disagree based on what we saw there. But I did see something funny, Jack. And it was that this guy, he was drunk, so he was just going to sleep in his car. They shouldn't have messed with him. Like, his car was in a drive-through.
Yeah. Apparently the Wendy's called because he was acting weird or something. So they had to respond to it. They couldn't just be like, nah, we'll ignore that one.
And most states have a law that, like, if you're in your car with keys in the ignition and you're drunk, that's drunk driving. I don't necessarily agree with those laws, Jack. If you're not driving, you're not driving.
Yeah, we have that in Ohio too, where if you're behind the wheel and the keys are in the car, you're getting a DUI most likely if you fail that test because you were probably driving.
Homicide means one human killed another. Why would you disagree with that? Doesn't homicide, when it comes to a coroner's report, have more to do with intent and such?
There is one of the rankings they can give for homicide is not necessarily the same as murder. It can be a justifiable homicide, I think is how it's labeled.
Right, which this wasn't. The deliberate and unlawful killing of one person by another. I would disagree that it was unlawful. So there you go. There's my answer for why I would disagree. Thank you, Gamer. Defensive versus non-defensive. Coroner can't determine intent.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is probably a nuanced thing where there's like the technical side of them filling out their paperwork, and it might be just a classification. It might not mean like, oh, these guys totally hunted this man down and murdered him. So I don't know. I'm gonna just kind of wait that one out. That I don't think means what everybody's gonna perceive it to mean.
Yeah, every time I've ever seen it, homicide is unjustified. It's may not necessarily be murder, but it's the unjustified killing. That's the difference.
Yeah, and Pat's right. It might be that the coroner is afraid of backlash too.
I think the coroner's going by the fact that the shots were in the back.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
And that's where it gets.
Oh, sorry.
That's where it gets hashed out in the courts. It's how quickly those shots were fired versus when he was turned towards them. So yeah, we'll see what happens there.
I think the video is probably what's going to keep these officers out of jail for the rest of their lives.
I think they're probably going to jail.
Oh, they're probably going to jail, but not for as long as they would have if there hadn't been video.
I don't think they should go to jail.
I don't either, but they're going to just to appease the crowds.
Yeah. You can literally see the dude half turn as he runs and fires the taser. Well, with the way he's standing and which officer shot him, yeah, you can say that. I can't remember from the video whether he is starting to turn back or not as he goes down. But I mean, shot in the back was the big headline that came out. So there's the update on that.
Well, they keep calling him unarmed. He was not unarmed. He had a weapon.
Yes, he did.
So I think that's shitty. The problem is a lot of people do not understand that a weapon, even if it's a non-lethal weapon, is still a weapon, and anything can kill you. I mean, all he's got to do is take down one of the cops and get his gun, or that maybe that cop could get hurt in another way, but he still had a weapon. He was fleeing, and he turned back and pointed it, and that is justifiable. I'm sorry, it's ugly, but that's life. Life is full of ugly things.
Yeah, and the sad thing is, I mean, this guy, I don't know what other kind of charges he's had against him. I'm sure we'll see that here soon. But it was a simple DUI at that point.
Yeah.
You go into the clink, unless you've got a warrant out, you go into the drunk tank for the night, you come see the judge in a couple weeks.
And then you probably do a weekend school.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's tragic, but the guy made bad choices that night. He fought with the cops over something very minor, and he took one of their weapons and made bad decisions, more bad decisions. So, sorry, it's not something to burn your city down for.
Yeah, especially not in the name of anti-racism. I'm just saying you might want to look up your history. Monkey, did you see yesterday's Good Morning Mug Club? No, I haven't watched it. He got exactly what I'd expect if I did the same thing. Yeah. I don't understand why people act stupid with the police.
I don't either. Just,
Jack, I saw something watching the World Star videos. This black man, he got pulled over for tinted windows. Well, they pull him over, and immediately they see in the car an AR-15.
Oh, shit.
Just sitting out. Which, by the way, they get him out of the car, cuff him, set him on the back, just so they can search the car, which he gave them permission to do. That gun was loaded, including the one in the chamber, because they had to eject that. I was like, fuck. But they search his car. They find marijuana. They find a stolen handgun. They find a shit ton of heroin.
Jesus.
What else did they find in there? A ski mask. And a bunch of money. This guy did not resist. He got his rights read to him. He walked calmly over to the car and got in. Black guy didn't get shot. With fucking heroin on him and 2 loaded guns, one of them stolen. Maybe, and I'm throwing this out there, black ain't the problem.
Yeah.
6 dead hookers in the trunk? No, that would have been funny. Why did he give permission to search? Probably because he knew he was busted.
You didn't need to give permission. If it's in plain sight and you got a loaded weapon there, yeah, they're going to search your car. It's probable cause.
Yeah, I mean, he was going to prison. He was done. What's important is when the officer drew his weapon and raised it to shoot. If you watched, that officer was reaching or was reacting to the taser. If the officer pulled out before then, to be continued, I'm guessing.
Well, they knew he had the taser because you could hear it on the video. He's got my taser. And that was before he got up and started running.
Yeah, and they get your hands away from the taser. Yeah, you hear that too. Yeah, it's a shitty situation. Again, I'm not glad this guy's dead. He didn't do anything to really deserve to die, except for act a damn fool.
Yeah, you make bad decisions. I'm sorry, there are consequences.
So yeah, the officers, they didn't do anything wrong, in my opinion. And again, it sucks. I wouldn't want to lose a son over this.
No.
Jesus. But I mean, it was a fucking DUI, you idiot.
That's what gets me. Like, this one is a justifiable shooting. That Breonna Taylor should be the one they're using as their poster child.
Yes.
For police reform. That was bullshit.
And I fully support getting rid of those no-knock warrants. Fuck that shit. That gets people killed way more than people think.
Oh, absolutely. Especially if they get the wrong address. So,
busting into somebody's house with your guns all out, and especially if they heard you moving around outside before and didn't see,
yeah,
they run for their gun, which happened here.
Yeah, you don't know who's coming in the door, and if they get the wrong address, you're probably going to be dead. So I hear weird noises. I go for my gun. Come on, that's just a defensive reaction. So that's the person they should be talking about, not these other guys. Well, the George Floyd thing I get too, but this guy Brooks. No, I'm sorry. And how many of these posters? If you look in the background, you'll see these posters of people killed by cops. Fucking Trayvon Martin's on there.
Oh, yeah. Well, they keep bringing up Ahmaud Arbery, too.
Yeah. He wasn't killed by the cops either.
No. And again, I think they murdered that man. And with the new stuff that came out at the preliminary hearing, I'm pretty sure that's what the jury's going to go with, too, because when you hit the man with the car to keep him from escaping, which isn't on that video, that happened in the before time. Frank, thank you. I support no-knock warrants going away, but a cop is going to fire at you if you fire at them. She was crossfire, not race. No, I don't think it was race, but that's why I said police reform, not racism.
Yeah, but they didn't see the guy that shot didn't know they were cops. He just heard somebody kicking at his door.
Yep.
They don't. When a no-knock warrant means they don't announce that they're the police.
Yep.
They just kick your door in and storm in. They don't say open up police. They just kick your door in and rush in. That's a home invasion if they have the wrong address. So I don't like those. I think they're incredibly dangerous for everyone involved. I think they're a terrible idea. But yeah, and this Ahmaud Arbery thing, that's going to get pretty ugly. There's probably a lot more stuff the prosecution has that we don't know about.
Yeah, the watch. Somebody asked what came out in the hearing. Watch Viva Frey. I think F-R-I-E. Viva F-R-I-E. He just did a live stream. He's the one that everybody, when I first said, I'm on Arbery's team on this one, they're like, no, go watch this. And I went and watched him. Like, it doesn't change anything I fucking said. But the guy that he talked to last time, they just had an update because they watched the preliminary hearing. And yeah, he's pretty sure that them good old boys are going to jail. Frank, thank you. He was within his rights, but so were the cops.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why I don't like the no-knock warrants. And especially if they're so lazy they get the wrong address. That's the one thing you should definitely verify is you're at the right house.
The cops were in no way within their rights busting into the wrong house. Even if I supported no-knock warrants, they were at the wrong fucking house and killed this man's wife. Yeah, you want to talk about police reform? She's your police reform. She's the one. You want to talk about something that actually causes death? Where Chauvin is a fucking dickhead. He's a murderous cocksucker. That's not a systemic thing. No-knock warrants are systemic. Now, I'm not saying they're systemically racist. I'm saying they're systemically violent and get people killed.
Yeah, I'm fine with getting rid of no-knock warrants and the seizures.
Go watch Officer Tatum on the no-knock. They did knock and they had a warrant. Is this based on body cam or Chauvin Floyd was a personal grudge? That may be. Again, that might be why they bumped it up to second-degree murder, because it doesn't make sense otherwise.
Yeah, maybe he had some kind of like text or something saying how much he hated this guy, because the guy did have a criminal history and Chauvin was a cop, so there might have been some kind of long-standing personal beef. Yeah,
and I saw some people like, oh, they raised it to second degree because of the Antifa and BLM riots. That doesn't make sense.
No.
It wouldn't make sense to push it up to something you have a harder time proving and then risk the riots again later. Frank says it was the house on the warrant shit situation. Somebody fucked up. It wasn't Brianna. David, thank you. Not only was it the wrong address, but the guy they were looking for was already in custody. See, I didn't know that.
That's sloppy police work all around then.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, I would not be surprised if it came out that Chauvin and Floyd actually had some beef. I'm still thinking he laid some pipe to Chauvin's wife or something.
You never know.
Or maybe bang the stripper he wanted to bang, you know? Something very personal like that, because that was kind of personal, man. That was not, I don't know. It just seemed angry.
I don't know. There's something more that we're not finding out about yet. I'm sure we'll hear about it soon, but.
Duck says Chauvin had 14 use of force complaints. He probably shouldn't have been employed, let alone a training officer. I didn't see 14 use of force complaints. All of the complaints I saw against him were either redacted, you can't even see them, or they were abusive language. So that's the only ones that I saw.
Yeah,
Frank, thank you. Sorry. Frank, thank you. Her car was in front of the other house. They thought drugs were purchased. They didn't find any. If you're trying to convince me that it was okay to kill Breonna Taylor, you're not going to do it. What they did there was fucked up. They should not have even been in that house. And no-knock warrants are nonsense. Sorry. It makes it dangerous for us. Welcome to the police force.
Yeah, that's kind of your job. Yeah, the as far as lost my thought. Never mind.
Yeah, what happened to her? She should be, if you guys want a martyr in the cause, she's the one. Because she's just chilling at home. She can't say, oh, she was drugged out, she was, not listening to police. Nah, man, she was. That's what SWAT was invented for. Yeah, I mean, I had a police officer the last time I got a ticket, Jack, long time ago, in the before time. She said to me, because I wasn't wearing my seatbelt at the time either, I needed to wear my seatbelt because she didn't want to have to go tell my family that I died by going through the windshield. I'm like, but ain't that your job? I didn't sign you up for that job. You did. I'm against seatbelts. I'm not against seatbelts, Jack. I like wearing a seatbelt. I think they're smart, but I'm against being forced to wear one. Frank says, don't disagree, but I don't like how it's framed.
It's a very complicated situation, and there's no real easy way to explain it. So it might be just that there were a lot of mistakes, and the officers on the front line may not have been responsible for those mistakes, but she's still dead, and that's a problem. The real problem is that somebody didn't do their job very well, and that person should be fired for sure, because you can't end up at the wrong house and kill someone and not have consequences for it.
I need to look up and see if that part about the guy being in custody is true, because if it is, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
At that point, you're literally just breaking and entering.
Yeah.
You have the suspect in custody. You're at the wrong goddamn house. And yeah, he shot at us. No shit, jackass. You're lucky one of you didn't get killed in the process.
Yeah, that would have made it worse, because this is just a situation all around.
No knock warrants need to go away, period.
Yeah. And civil asset forfeiture along with it.
Oh, that as well, absolutely. I fucking hate that stupid shit.
Yeah, it's an excuse.
That is theft.
Oh, absolutely. It's an excuse for them to line their pockets and look for something.
Mm-hmm.
So if they take it, you're not getting it back. It's not going to be worth the time and money.
So you want to let Darwin's solution of so you want the Darwin solution of social reform? Let the idiots die naturally. I think if I'm in my car, it's none of your fucking business if I'm wearing my seatbelt.
Yeah, that's just a revenue stream for the police. It does save your life, but that's a personal decision.
Frank says arrested him 2, I'm guessing hours earlier. He was a dealer. Yeah, he was the one they were going after. Somebody.
Is it hard to do a computer search before you go looking?
Shouldn't there be something that flags that? Like, no, we're going to shoot.
I would hope so, but if there isn't, there should be.
Go watch Officer Tatum. They were there to arrest her and had the mouths of evidence that she was part of the drug selling. I'll watch Officer Tatum. I know who he is. I've seen his stuff before. I've also disagreed with him before. Gamer Vleen, thank you. Send an article to DMs. Okay, I'll check it out. I mean, after I'm done with this, I'm going over to do my game stream, so I don't know when I'll check it out, but I will take a look. Yeah. I don't know. Oh no, selling drugs to consenting adults we must execute. I know, right? I'm not big on the drug laws either, so that'll never get me. And I know you weren't saying that way. Yeah, he was being facetious with that comment, but yeah, man, wouldn't it be nice, Jack, to like consenting adults do consenting adult shit?
What? No, it's got to be regulated. You need a form and a consent form in triplicate.
Gamer Vleen, thank you. It's the suspect in custody. All right, I will check it out. Like I said, I just don't know when I'll get to it. So don't be mad if I don't like respond anytime soon. Because after this, game stream, Jack, and then Betty Bye for Monkey.
Oh, look at you.
I'm tired, man. Even I'd gotten myself back to a mostly normal schedule, and I realized I can't do that.
Yeah, it sucks. And
then I'm still kind of on that schedule, but not. And so I'm just not sleeping again. It's not fun. Jack, what are your thoughts on the use of marijuana, cocaine, and LSD?
Not for me. I've decided I don't like that for myself. I don't really have much beyond that.
I've never used cocaine or LSD. I have had some marijuana in my past. Don't worry, it's legal in my state. I'm not saying I did it when it was legal. Sorry, something stuck in my throat there. Marijuana, I don't think there should be any regulations on, except for maybe not selling to minors. I'm okay with not selling to minors. The other ones, I'm just not sure how we can do it, and keep it. People that are on, especially a hallucinogen, you don't know how they're going to react.
Yeah.
To a point where they become a danger to themselves and others. My ideal, Jack, has always been to have government-sponsored drug houses. You want to get really high on heroin, you go in there, bring your own, shoot up. If you walk out alive, you walk out alive. If you walk out dead, they'll carry you out and take you back to your family or whatever.
If you walk out dead, you're a zombie.
I've seen those people.
I thought you were going in a different direction. I thought these were going to be like roach motels where they go in to shoot up and there's really big sticky pad and they're trapped in there. And if they can figure out how to get out, then they win.
I think that if you're an adult, you should be able to make your own decisions. And unfortunately, that means sometimes people are going to make bad decisions. We do way too much to save people from themselves. Now, you're talking about saving society from people. That's why I say, you can come in here and get as high as you want, and then we'll let you out when you're done. Just don't pee on the floor.
Good luck with that one. For like chronic addicts, there might need to be some kind of sanatorium set up.
Fair enough. I don't know. I know people get hooked. I know it's bad for them, but again, alcohol.
Yeah. Oh, it's an addiction thing. When people have addictions, they make some poor decisions, and sometimes that means ripping people off, breaking in houses. And there's a lot of crime associated with the drugs, so it's a very complicated situation. We're on a lot of complicated topics today.
I can't count how many times we've read a story of violence, death, and it ends with alcohol was a factor.
Yeah.
Dog backwards. Thank you. Bad decisions made. Yeah, all the time.
Also, alcohol related.
Look, alcohol is responsible for everything from unwanted children to, unwanted dead wives.
Yeah.
Alcohol's a bad thing.
Oh, absolutely.
It's horrible for you guys. Don't drink alcohol, kids. If you're in Michigan, use the pot as long as you're over 21. What? It's legal here. They've actually started setting up the dispensaries, Jack.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I didn't even realize it until I was told that the marijuana dispensary that's closest to my house is still open. It was an essential business.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, why is that an essential business? It is because it also does the medicinal marijuana for people with cancer and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's still necessary. But Jimbo's also getting high while he's watching SpongeBob. So yeah, it's Mott says dispensary weed sucks. You'll still get high. You'll be fine. I love people who can tell the difference between weeds,
Well, yeah, that tells me you've probably partaken a few times. I'm pretty sure his name is pronounced Moat, though.
I'm sorry, Moat. I thought that was Mott, like Mott's applesauce.
No, it's Moat or cycle. Motorcycle.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. He should only use one T. I would have got. No, I still would have called you Moat or Mott.
Got the Motts.
Do people who are like connoisseurs of the weed who can tell the different ones apart, do they swish it around in their mouth like those fucking wine assholes?
Oh, gross.
And smell it first. Oh, this smells. Oh, like a skunk turd.
I have seen people sniff it. Like they'll sniff the jar like candles, I find that unusual, to say the
least.
Weed
stinks.
Yeah, I don't really like smelling things that smell like my shoes.
And that's the good stuff.
Yeah.
I remember one time, because my wife, she's very naive, Jack. She's such a sweetheart. I forget where we were, and we walked through this cloud. And my wife goes, "It smells like a skunk." And I looked at my children who were in their teens at this time, and we all just kind of looked at each other and smiled. And my wife went, "What?" Like, "Baby, somebody around here is getting high." So, really? Like, yeah, really. Like that's pot, sweetie. Yes, different weed strains have their own smell, taste, and bodily effects. You people need to stop with the weed. And we need to have this conversation, Jack. I'm all for legalization. You guys go out there and be as weird as you want with your weed, but stop it. Just grab some and get high, and stop pretending that you're some connoisseur, like you're doing some something good for humanity by finding the best weed. No, just go out there and get high. You'll be fine. You don't have to put more into it than that.
We'll try and make it sound cool. Okay.
Don't make it sound like you're. No, like seriously, this is the best of the best. We only use organic flowers.
It's gluten free.
It's gluten free and there's no cholesterol.
Oh,
is there cholesterol in weed? I don't know.
Is it totes vegan too? Yeah, tell me that's weed.
These are personal attacks. Yes, they are. I'm judging the fuck out of you people because you take your weed too seriously. Relax. It's weed.
Now that it's legal, it's not edgy anymore.
Yeah, now you're just a legal hippie. Dirt weed only gets you a little foggy. I like weed. No, look, I'm not telling you not to do the weed. Remember, guys, only in legal states. I cannot suggest that you do it elsewhere. I do suggest you fight for your right to smoke it elsewhere because I don't understand why it's illegal. What I'm saying is stop pretending it's different. Bert and Ernie says, go drink some off-brand Diet Cola. Yeah, that's the same. That's the same. You guys, no, see, I'm not trying to pretend my Diet Pepsi here is some kind of experiment in the greatest drinking experience ever. This is how you hydrate the best, you guys. Because that'd be stupid. What's that?
It's got the electrolytes at Monkey Train.
It's got all the waters in it. Oh, it's just not a show unless I've insulted the audience, Jack.
I don't think you're insulting them. Just good-natured ribbing.
I meant to be insulting.
Oh, I didn't take it that way.
Look, seriously, smoke all the weed you want. Stop pretending you guys are chemists and shit. You are not the dude from Breaking Bad. Just grab some and smoke it. You'll be fine. If you want to pay extra for the stuff that's supposed to get you higher, Jack, you ever see those experiments they've done with people where they tell them that it's a new alcohol and be careful, it's really potent?
Oh yeah, and then they act all goofy and it's really like non-alcoholic beer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Or it's like Kool-Aid and they just get fucked up. Remember, guys, it's all in your mind. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Gamer Vleen, thank you. Exactly, it's weed, not meth. Don't do meth, not even once.
Yeah, that fucks people up bad.
Your teeth will fall out. You will fuck a ugly bitch and have 3 babies and lose your house and suck a dick all in the same 30 minutes. Don't do meth. It's not good for you. Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you so much for the donations. You guys are way too kind to me. Way too kind. Jack, anything you'd like to show?
I'll throw a link to a video in the chat, but thank you for the donations. You guys are amazing, and you put up with a lot from us. We appreciate it.
Right after this, I will be over on Ranting Monkey Games playing some more Fallout 4. And when I say right after this, guys, give me a little bit to get set up and everything. Gamer Vleen, thank you. Then don't say Breaking Bad. What? Why can't I say Breaking Bad? I feel like I missed something in the translation there. That's all right. I'm probably not on the right weed, Jack. tonight we'll be over on Scribe Light's channel, 9 p.m. Eastern for Lords of the Night. Otherwise, I don't know if I'll be on anywhere, but watch on Twitter. All of our links are below. If you're not following us on Twitter, you should be, because we're funny, damn it.
Just ask us. We'll tell you.
Yeah, I just did. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Everybody, have a wonderful evening, and we will see you next time. Oh, Jack, thank you for joining me, sir.
Oh, always glad to.
We'll see you next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Your weed is just weed.